Welcome the fuck back to another episode of The Master and the Noob with me, the boy, Thanks, Anderton.
And me,
the absolute
girl.
boy. Hang on, I just need to be a bit further back so I don't look as big as you.
I don't want to look big in this podcast.
No, I'm the biggest, I mean smallest out of this podcast. Look how big she is.
I'm big because I'm better.
Sophie's mum told Sophie to move back because she looks big.
It was both my parents,
and now
actually.
she's like, oh, both of them,
Yeah,
just
I think
because
so,
they
yeah.
are big. But she's now got a complex about it, so thanks,
I don't
Sophie's
have
mum
a
and dad.
complex about it. I'm just...
So why do you keep making your head so fucking
well, because
small
I don't
every
want to.
time?
I don't want to look bigger than a man.
Stop f***ing moving back. I'm the smallest on this podcast.
Okay.
It's only because I've got a complex because I've been having so many f***ing muffins from Costa.
Oh,
I
right.
made my own muffins, right, and they were absolutely delicious. So my idea was, and you already know this, so I'm not going to tell you about it. So my idea was, I made these muffins because I was getting 2 muffins every day. Because I know I'm supposed to eat raw meat, bro, but I'm just like you guys. It's addictive, you know, to eat sugar stuff and that. So I thought I'll have 1 coffee, and that turned into a 3-month binge. And I was starting with just 1 muffin, you know what I mean? Just the odd muffin now and again, which was every single day since I started. And then it turned into 2 muffins and sometimes 4. So I thought, this is ridiculous, and it's costing like 20 quid a day. So I thought, what if I made muffins myself? So I made some, and they were phenomenal. And I ate 9.
Was that your record? Was that 9 in a day?
Yeah. Because I was trying to give them to other people, and I'm like, yeah, take 5 if you want them.
They were really nice, like.
They were. Like, I nailed them last ones. So, a muffin recipe. I'll probably put this on the screen so you can make your own. Where are we at? You want to get yourself 4 eggs, but you only need 2 yolks from 2 of them. So it's 2 full eggs, 2 yolks. And then you want 250 grams of sugar. This is to make 12 muffs. 250 grams of sugar, golden caster sugar. Then you want 400 grams of self-raising flour. Then you want 200 grams of butter and about 50 grams of beef dripping. And no, it doesn't make it taste like beef, Sophie. Then you want 150 millilitres of cream and about, maybe 130 millilitres of double cream, and 25, 30 millilitres of full fat milk, no oil, 200 grams of, what them things called?
Flour.
No.
Cranberries.
Crumbs, and a bit of salt.
Do you put cream in it?
Yeah, because the recipe that I found was like with oil, and I'm like, do I look like a dick?
Loads of them put oil in.
You know, because the morons. You don't want vegetable oil in there in your diet at all. So, you know, and I am having muffins from Costa, which definitely have that in, but mine were delicious. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, another thing. You can't mix it too much, because if you mix it too much, it goes proper stiff.
Yep.
So you just mix it, the minimum amount you can mix it, and then you've got to put it in the oven for like, on 175 degrees England, not American, because like it's probably like, what, 500 degrees F or something.
Yeah.
175 degrees C for 30 minutes.
Or until golden brown.
Or until golden brown, if you want. And then you've got to skewer the inside with your little gear stick that I got, to make sure it comes out clean. 25, 30 minutes-ish, you know what I mean? And they're going to be absolutely delicious.
Oh, they were so nice. I'm really sad you stopped making them.
Who says I've stopped making them? I hope I don't make any more. They are good, though. Consider getting some, like, weed butter and making something like that to see what they were like. Not that I want to eat that, because I'm against drugs. I'm anti-drugs, actually.
Do you think what do you think would be very strong?
Well, my mate, who you also know, makes them far too strong, to the point that you can't even trust him. I'll never have another one of his brownies in my life because I don't trust it. Even a quarter of one is far too much. So it's like, I don't know.
It makes people like sleep for 48 hours and that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I honestly, I feel traumatized by them. I'm never doing that. I'm actually not going to make any weed ones, probably.
I mean, definitely, and not to tell people as well.
Oh yeah, like I wouldn't tell you if I did, either, for sure. Obviously, if I was selling them, like They're not for sale now, so don't message us about them because I haven't made any, right? And that's not even a joke. I mean, no, that is a joke. Oh, God.
Right.
Look.
There's no drugs
here.
here.
The police.
There's no drugs.
Look, the police. I'm not going to make them, right? Bro. They think I'm lying. I'm not
too much
lying.
effort.
Yeah, I'm too lazy. Look how lazy I am, man. I'm fat now. Weighed myself on the scales the other day. What was I now? Can you remember? Like 15 and a half or something? Or was it just 15? Because Dan's 16 now.
I thought you were 14.
Yeah, probably 14. I think it was 15 actually, but I was going to go and buy some scales, but then when we went to Wilkinson's to look at the scales, Sophie just stood on them in the packet and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to pay for them. So how was your holiday, Sophie?
It was good. I went to Kielder. Well, I don't know if it is Kielder. It's called Hesley-side. Every 5 minutes of driving puts you in a different town, so I enjoyed it.
Nice.
What have I missed, though, is more important.
What have you missed?
This topic.
You've missed that we have now, this is the special. Let me just check what special it is.
You're a tube.
Yeah, I know. You're a tube, bro. Right. Welcome to the Master and the Noob 147 subscriber special. We have now got over 146 subscribers. We're only like close to this 100,000 subscriber plaque, like.
Oh,
so if you want to help us get to the 100 subscriber plaque, just comment down below. I mean, smash that like button or whatever people say in it. 147.
How many is it before we start monetizing our videos?
Oh, about another 953.
Is it 1,000?
Allegedly.
Oh,
but that means you've got to put adverts on it, and adverts are fucking... I hate them.
I don't know, because I just use AdBlock.
But do you have to pay for that?
No.
Can you get it on your phone?
No. That's the unfortunate thing. Can't get it on my phone.
So yeah, we've got legends there. We've got new ones. Amy Freeman, whoever that is. Nicola Atkinson, whoever that is. Kev Bradbury, whoever that is. Dexy's Girl 81, whoever that is. Josh Nutter said she did go as red as that book, like. When we made Sophie do the intro last time, that was the colour she went.
Yep. I absolutely love it when people make us blush and then point it out, so I go even more red.
Yes, you do. Axitron game. Oh, right. So it was Diz Roulette, by the way, who you've got to send that thing to. And he's actually asked me if he can pay the postage for it.
Oh, that's very kind.
And I was like, of course you can, mate. So he sent us a $5. And
That'll
he says,
cover it.
Right, he says, anything left over, just get some sweets for Sophie. So you get yourself a mix up there, Kate. What are they now? You can't get penny sweets anymore, can you? Probably not.
I don't know.
They're probably like 5 penny for 1 penny sweet now these days.
I remember when Freddo's used to be 20p. That was my hallmark sweet.
So, can you remember that someone said that Lee had taught them how to draw penises?
Vaguely?
It was some lass, I think. Evie. I've still got Lee's mug. He taught me how to draw penises. And I was like, is it Lee from Catterick? And like...
Oh, yes.
The weird thing is, it was Lee from Catterick, but not the Lee from Catterick that I was on about. They're on about Lee Moran, the guy who I said who used to get his balls out in the army.
Oh, right, yeah.
He was phenomenal at drawing penises. So I don't know if I said that on that podcast, but yeah.
I don't think...
He would draw them like all over the place. Like it was like, this is way before I was like doing art or something, really. The detail. He would put warts on them. He would sometimes have boils. Sometimes they would have dripping out the end. Sometimes they would have veins on. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they'd be flaccid.
Were they like realistic or were they still cartoony?
They were like drawn kind of realistic, yeah.
Right.
But it was just the range. It was a disturbing amount, honestly. Like a disturbing accuracy on them. Like sometimes they'd be flaccid, but like, you know, the foreskin would be mostly covering it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not quite went back to full. It was like, you know, the attention to detail was amazing for dick drawings. But like sometimes one would just appear on the whiteboard, you know, where all the jobs are supposed to go and that. And it's kind of, people wanted to be annoyed, but like at the same time it was so good that it's kind of like funny. Yeah.
Could he draw like normally? Or was that just his thing?
Honestly, I imagine so, but that's the only thing I've ever seen him draw. If he was drawing anything else, it was to complement the penis. So yeah, technically he taught me how to draw penises as well. He was so what was this crack now? He was a mechanic as well, but he was also a PTI, physical training instructor.
Okay.
And what was it now? He had a hernia. So he had to go and get an operation for this hernia. Do you know what that is? Where,
Yeah,
yeah. And he was taking like one of the... I just remember this story randomly. He was taking like people on a run with like bags and that. And one of the officers went up to the front. Like this is while he was like recovering from his hernia thing. He's still going for like 6 mile runs or whatever.
Oh, God.
And one of the officers ran up to the front. They're like, what do they call her? I think they have to call them staff. Like the PDIs when you're on a run or training, like exercise training, are the like highest rank, even if they're not the highest rank.
Oh, like in that moment.
Yeah, kind of thing. It's like that's how they like it kind of goes, right? So he goes to the front, this officer guy, and he's like, you need to slow down. I think you're going a little bit hard because you don't have the weight that we've got on. And he's like, look, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional at this.
Right.
Like, I understand what weight you've got on, and I'm putting you at a reasonable pace for the weight, kind of thing. And the guy's like, I think it's because you're not carrying it, you don't understand. So he's like, all right. And then on the next run, he, like, added weight to them, and he had weight on as well. Mm-hmm. And the same officer came and whinged again that he was going hard. He goes, okay, let's swap bags then. So they swapped bags... because he thought Lee had a lighter bag than them, and Lee had purposely put a heavier bag in. So that guy this officer had to go around the rest of the run with a heavier bag than he had originally, just to mug him off. Like incredibly fit, it was ridiculous. But yeah, scarily good at drawing dicks. I'm a little bit like worried about him, honestly.
Like how many has he seen or looked at to get that good?
Yeah, he's looked at a lot of different dicks to get that good, like. Funny. I would love to like find out where he's at now. See what his crack is. Oh my god! I didn't send the other photo to me phone. To the iPad from there.
Oh.
It was a post, right? This is the topic I wanted to talk about today. It was a post that was something along the lines of. I wish I could find it now. Something along the lines of. Can we normalise... You know, someone's posted it saying, 100% this. Can we normalise not unloading all your, like, deep, heavy trauma on your tattoo artist without their consent, please?
Right.
And people are going, oh, yeah, agree, blah, 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 blah. I'm a lass as well, or whatever. And I wrote on there, weak... This has been our job for, like, centuries before modern consumerism made it about the pretty pictures. It's like, this is, you know, the point of what we talked about the, like, Japanese traditional and the tatau, like New Zealand and Maori traditional stuff. Mm-hmm. They understand this. That's what they're trained. Their job is to take this off the person.
Yeah, like
it's like you're going through a traumatic experience of the pain in order to release that. So it's natural for that to come out. And it's supposed to be our job to be able to take that and dissipate it. It's like, I get it that you might be an empath and all that, but like, you don't have to care is the key, honestly, I think. Like, you're better at letting that person unload if you don't care. Like, and I get it. Like, I've felt this before. It can be very heavy. But you're not supposed to be taking it on. You're not supposed to be taking it in and keeping it. Yeah. You're supposed to be able to dissipate it back into the universe. That's the point of the stretcher. The guy who's stretching for the New Zealand thing, he's like, going like that while the tattoo is because he has to have both hands tapping. He's like energetically supposed to be taking the pain into his arms, and then he's sitting on the floor barefoot to push that energy back into the universe. So if they do start talking about their traumatic things, it's like it is basically therapy.
Yeah.
Like the tattooist was like the weird guy that you go to who's outside of society.
Oh, he's the shaman, isn't he?
Yeah, basically. So I put that on, and then a few days later. I saw, like, people just, you know, they took it well, honestly. When
really? They didn't kick off?
Yeah. Then a few days later, I saw some guy called Matt Pounder. He's put on a post, I'd like to normalise my clients opening up to me if they feel the need to. I mean that. I'll help and listen in any way I can. It costs all to be kind. And then someone, Max Howe, wrote, like, he shared that and wrote, this. Can we just stop writing? Can we just
I hate this
100%
internet
this?
lingo.
Can we stop writing this on posts?
Like, normalise this, normalise that.
Yeah. After see, he's just saying to normalise this. He's attacking that other post, basically, obviously.
Normalise getting some bitches.
After seeing a post saying they needed consent to have to listen to your trauma, we need to get out of this self-righteous, selfish culture and think about others. We are not rock stars. Imagine publicly shaming your customers after they confided in you over some trauma. Yeah, that's a very good point, because that's kind of similar to like slagging your client off while they're in a coma as well, isn't it?
Yeah. But
yeah, like, it's... regardless of your job, anyway, right? It's kind of like... there's like a pandemic of this also, isn't it? Like, I know we love a good pandemic these days, but everyone's sad. Everyone's like struggling. Everyone needs a bit of therapy.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have been a professional or gone through it to just listen to someone. You don't have to take it on. You don't have to like be able to even say anything back.
Yeah. Some people just need to like talk.
Let them say it though if they need to say it. You have to, I think. But you don't have to take it on, it's the thing. I think that's where the like bit's missing. Because they're going to think that like, well, I don't want to take your negative energy on or whatever. Yeah, don't. You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't.
I think that's the good thing about like doing it while you're getting tattooed, is because the tattooist shouldn't care. Like, ideally, depending on your like your personality, like having the piss took out of you for it could even help. I told you about Nez, didn't I? Did I say this on the podcast before? But some guys like drugs. Yeah, he loves a good drug. Like, some guy's mum had died, and he was struggling, and Nez goes like, "Mate, come round mine now." Like, you see this lad's like really struggling. He's like, "Come round mine now, and we'll have some cans or whatever." So the lads went to Nez's, and probably more than cans, but he went to Nez's, and all Nez did was rip the piss out of him for having a dead mum all night. He's going, "I can't believe your mum's dead. You know she's not coming back, right?" And they had a laugh about it. Brutal as it is, but like afterwards, that lad's like, "Mate, like, that's the best thing that could have happened."
Yeah.
That's exactly what I needed on that day. And don't just take the piss out of people's dead mums, by the way. Not everyone's going to have that sense of humour. Not everyone's going to be able to take it, but
I think it's a really effective coping mechanism, just humour.
Yeah, it's the best. But yeah, just talk about your shit, man.
It's interesting that, like, I noticed that before you mentioned this now, like, that people just seem to open up when they're getting tattooed. Just in general, they'll just start talking about things that are quite intimate, and it's like, I suppose it's a very intimate job, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just like...
Yeah, it's like you're in this... It's a very unique kind of situation. You're like there with someone for like 6 hours sometimes, just causing them pain.
Yeah.
What a surprise when some of the pain comes out amongst it. It's like, it's healing, really. You're like opening up this wound, to put a pretty picture in, for it to heal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can metaphysically, I guess, open up a wound at the same time. So it's there to heal as well at the same time. Like, honestly, it's so related to this job. It happens so often that it is the job as well. It's not just about you getting loads of mad likes on your Instagram photos. If you think it's about that, right, f***ing get out of my industry, bro. I invented tattooing, you know. Obviously I didn't, but I basically did. I made you like it. I made at least 4 people like tattooing, I bet. Minimum.
I'm one of them, so...
Yeah, exactly. I've definitely made at least 5 people tattoo nipples. Because tattooing nipples used to be illegal before I started tattooing nipples. I was like, look, you look like you've got t-shirts. Sorry, holes in your t-shirt.
It does look ridiculous. They're like bullseyes.
Yeah. I saw like a brutal one the other day. And the guy had massive nipples as well.
Like nipple or areola?
Yeah, areolas, sorry. Yeah, and they were like... just these big pink things in the middle of this. Oh, did I ever tell you that about that tattoo that Boris did? There's a guy called Boris from Hungary, and his work's absolutely mint. And there was once I can't find it. I've looked hard for this picture. Mm-hmm. There's once he was doing a Jesus. He's done a Jesus tattoo on someone's chest, but the Jesus is like kind of going like this, but like exactly where he's pulled like this shirt down, the nipples there. So just like. It looks like he's going, oh God, I've got a neck nipple. It's like he's pulling the shirt down to show his neck nipple off. Unfortunate placement.
Like, do you not see that on the day and be like as artist or customer and be like, it's so obvious that you've got a neck nipple.
You're like, this is definitely going to get shared behind me back to everyone.
Do you know anyone who's had like their nipples off so they can have tattoos there?
No, but I've heard of that before.
Because there's that whole like, I know tattooing's body mods, but they're very like entry level body mods, but in comparison to the whole like getting your nipples off, getting horns put in your head and that.
Yeah,
Getting
I've
your
never really
eyes
been
tattooed.
massively into that. I know some people are.
Well, you
but
expanded your ears, which
I
is,
did, yeah, because I wanted to be a metal star. I wanted to be a rock star once, but like, I kind of like, I don't regret it, but I wouldn't be bothered if they were closed up completely.
But I think you can get them closed up, can't you? You just get them
Not anymore,
stitched
because
up.
Mac's just been locked up, hasn't he?
Oh,
They decided that like,
was he the scarification dude?
yeah, Mac McCarthy, aka Dr. Evil. Yeah, he used to do like reclosing them and doing scarification. He's done like nipple removal and stuff like this, but it might have even been a nipple removal. Some like, I think it was like some guy had complained. No, the guy didn't complain, but someone who saw it complained, and then it went to court, and they decided that consent doesn't mean anything. They probably just wanted that in case law, didn't they? They wanted like your consent means nothing in case law, so they can do what they want.
That's what. Would you think you ever get your nipples off?
Be probably faster swimming, wouldn't you? Without all that drag. I'd have to get this f***ing massive dick off as well, like. I'm not going to chop my dick off, look, right? That's fake, that, isn't it? And I'm definitely not going to do that. Don't say it too many times, man. I can't be asked to bleep it all out.
Okay, sorry.
That's all I had to talk about, I think. I'm sure there's more things, but it's like, that was it.
What's it like tattooing nipples?
I thought I was going to talk about that for ages. Tattooing nipples is kind of weird. Oh, there is another question, actually. Yeah, tattooing nipples is kind of weird because you've kind of got to go along, then up, then along, then back down.
A square.
Yeah, because they bump out, don't they?
Right.
So it's kind of like you can't just ignore them and go along because it like snags.
Because they've got like little bumps on them. I don't know if men's have that.
It's fine with that. Yeah, they do, but that's fine with them. You can just kind of go over that. But,
right.
But I mean, like, you would definitely snag it if you just started smashing it in, and you can't stretch the shape away.
I was trying to think. It's like.
So you've got to kind of like stretch as best you can, but literally, you got to slow the needle down and just kind of climb up slowly, making sure you're getting like saturation. But they're so hard to like actually saturate. I wouldn't bother trying to put a line through them.
Right.
But if you can get solid colour in there, they're pretty good. But it's like maybe 4 or 5 times to get them solid.
Have you only done men's nipples?
No, I did a woman's like some years ago.
Because I thought it might have been easier.
I can't remember if I put hearts around them or stars around them or something like that, and matched like the colour of the nipple. Because she had like really light areolas that were almost skin colour. But the nipples were like little pink midget gems on the end. And she's like, she wanted some areolas tattooing on that were like realistic size, but she wanted them like, I don't know if it was stars or heart, I can't remember now.
Oh, did you do them skin coloured?
Like I did them the same colour as the nipple. Because it was like like I said, the nipple was like actually like nipple colour, but the areola was just like almost tit colour.
Alright.
I think I've done that twice, I might have done 1 stars and 1 heart, or I maybe touched up some stars and added some hearts or something like that. I can't remember now. It was so long ago. But again, I'm like, it's not something that I'm mega excited about doing with that. It's not like...
Is it because it's a bit awkward, or do you just not care?
I just don't care.
Because I mean...
It's not something that excites us kind of thing.
It hasn't... Well, boobs don't excite you?
Tattooing like little things like that.
Well, I'm not averse
to the odd boob, like.
Because I think when I got
don't mind a tit now and again, like.
When I got this tattoo, he was talking. I think it was Dan Hartley. He was talking about how he doesn't know where to put his hands when he's doing the sternum tattoos. There, like. You've
just got to like elbow the tit out of the way like that, and then get into the stretch. Just keep it out the way with it at the elbow.
You've got to not be awkward about it. And be
Oh
like,
yeah, definitely don't be like,
gonna...
oh, just climbed on you there. Just touched your vagina by accident.
Oh, my dick's out.
Straight to the camp. All right, maximum Rathboner. Get to the camp, bro. Don't be climbing on your clients, buddy. It's definitely inappropriate.
Have you had any customers that have like been a bit like, oh, don't touch us there?
No.
No.
I'm not a fucking weirdo though with my clients, am I? So it's fine.
I don't know. I just thought like, you know, if you're stretching and I don't know, your elbow, tit.
I probably have made like jokes that have been like uncomfortable for people. Okay. Just assuming that they've got the humour and they might not have.
Yeah.
But no, I've never had that. But I think it's like at some point years ago, I just realised that what you're saying there, it's like it's part of the job. Yeah. But I will say like, look, I'm about to like stretch. Like I'm, you know, do you mind if I put like rest my arm here or whatever
on your massive jug?
Yeah, and it's not like I could be doing it another way, or you know, I'll be struggling like this and being like, I wish I could just rest on that tit. I'm like, look, I'm gonna have to put my arm here because this is like uncomfortable. It's not like I'm like I could very easily do it here, and I'm just like, oh, I need to go on the tit. Unfortunately, sorry, I need to stretch this arm over your vagina and this arm over your tit so I can do your wrist. Like what? All right, Max.
What was your other question?
Hey?
Didn't you think of something?
No, there was a question that someone else asked on the pod, on the YouTube.
Oh, right, a comment.
Because we've got a YouTube account, you know. I know you're on it now to watch this. Someone called Sarah C said, any truth, brackets, or practical application, to close brackets, to tattooing over existing work with skin tone ink as a way to lighten the image before reworking. And unlike some of the YouTubers that go like, I've covered this in another video, which is basically f*** off and search through me thousands and thousands of videos I've put on. I'll just answer it. Yeah. Right, what else do you want to talk about? No, yeah, it's because it's kind of like ink. Imagine it's balls, right? This is how like Brent explained it to me, and it was a good, easy way to understand it. Imagine it's balls that are getting put in, like your skin. If you put loads of black balls in there, then they're going to sit underneath the skin, and there'll be like a layer of skin over the top, and you can see this like picture that's made with them. So if you put like some skin color balls in there, it's going to kind of mix with the black ones, and you're still going to be able to see it a bit. But if you keep packing more and more skin color balls in there, eventually it's going to be pretty much light enough to be able to see like the skin color instead of the black. So right. It would lighten it, but you've always got the chance of the black coming back through. Eventually it kind of settles. Like how I heard it described is you've got like these collagen fibers which will wrap around the ink because your body can't just deal with them straight away.
Right. As
it's first healing, it'll start to take some of them away because your body doesn't care if it's got the picture there or not. It just wants to close the wound that you've made. So it's like it'll try and take some of the ink away and put that into your liver or whatever and like get it processed like that. But because there's so much of it there, it's going to just wrap some of it, like this foreign material, just there to keep it there, to keep you kind of safe, I guess. And when you go back in, you kind of are breaking that a little bit. That's probably why it hurts when you get like second passes or like going over old tattoos. But yeah, when you break it again, you probably are going to break some of the black and let that get removed. The same as laser, it goes like and hits like this whole thing, smashes that collagen fiber off. Again, I'm not saying this is how it works. This is just how I've been explained it. And then your body slowly takes whatever is like in the blood, I guess, at that moment or whatever, and then it starts to close back up again to heal, like, you know, like wrap around it again to heal it. So if you keep adding that over the top, it's going to get lighter and lighter, but it's not going to be just one session of like skin color to do that. But like I say, Frank Linatra, when I was there, he was doing this clock face and he'd done some of the numbers upside down, so he went over with white. Like every session, it was a full sleeve, so every session he's going over the black ones that were wrong in white. Like maybe 5, I'm guessing the amount, but 5, 6, 10 sessions maybe of going over it with the white. And then by the time I was there, when he was doing this, it was pretty much almost just white. You could still see the other colour a little bit still though, even after however many sessions. But then once he goes black over the top of that, it's just actually black.
Right.
Like you can definitely do black over the top of white and it would stay black. It's not like it lightens loads by putting the black in with the white. So that would suggest that it would work the other way around, but not just like, you could go over a black line with a white and it's not going to just be white.
Yeah.
It's going to be slightly slightly lighter black.
I wonder how, lasering's more effective, isn't it? For stuff like that.
Yeah, if you want to get it covered, it's going to be faster to do it lasering, honestly, I think.
Well, not covered, but so say if you've got like a black circle coloured in black on your arm. If you wanted it gone,
sick.
just like that big, if you wanted it gone completely, it would be faster to get lasering, wouldn't it? Can you even get it gone completely?
Well, that's the other thing that I was going to say. Like, if you were trying to do it completely gone, I don't think it's a good idea.
Right.
Because, like, I've seen bits where, like, there is, like, say, someone's brushed off, like, a skin colour at the end of a tattoo or something like that. And when you get a suntan, it looks different.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Or, like, sometimes it changes kind of colour. If you put white in, it doesn't stay white because your skin's not invisible. So the white kind of goes sometimes, like, yellowish. Sometimes even like a black colour, weirdly.
Right.
Although I've heard that white is only made with titanium dioxide, it does seem that there are different whites. Like some of my, on this arm, you can't see it now, I don't think. Oh, can you? There was some white on one of my tattoos where when I hit it with the laser, I think that was like... Was it either white or pink? I can't remember, but it went black after getting hit with the laser.
Like a laser and machine laser.
Like that's not the lines. It looks like that would be the lines, but no, that was white. Yeah, that was white. When that got hit with, I'll put a picture of this on. When that got hit with the laser, it just instantly went like black. So it's like, I guess if it's titanium dioxide, that's like a metal, right? A metal with 2 oxygens on it. Maybe it's the purity of it.
Yeah.
So it might be like it's mostly that, but it's got a little bit of iron in. And if you hit iron with the laser, it rusts or some shit.
Right.
I'm making that up, but
it
if the purity is different, because it's not just titanium dioxide, you've got obviously the suspension agent, like the fluid that it's like floating in and that.
Will there be like stabilizing agents and like binding agents in it and stuff as well?
Yeah, they have like things in, like to make it how it is. So it could be one of the things that's went like that, but... I was a bit gutted about that, but I'd heard that. Someone had told me that sometimes white goes black, and I'm like, does it though? So I'm just like, oh shit, it does. I was like, gutted. Probably get that covered one day, and still haven't. And probably won't. I'm not getting any more tattoos, like, I might.
I think you will.
It's just the same as I said, I'm never getting any more muffins as well, but here we are.
It's going to be weird seeing you, if I ever see you get a tattoo, because it's like, you're not the one who gets tattoos, you're the one who does tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, people keep asking us, like, because obviously they come in for tattoos and they're like excited about tattoos, and I'm just like, I don't really want any, like. I feel like they hurt more when we're saying, like, after you've normalised being allowed to talk about your issues and that, when you release all of your pain, tattoos hurt way more. When you don't need the pain to, like, heal yourself anymore, it's like, well, what am I doing?
I was about to be like, they're not that bad, but I don't have many tattoos then.
If you think they're not that bad, get your ribs done.
I'm not going to get my ribs done.
I cried tears of sadness, and I'm not ashamed to say it. It's so painful. Have you moved back?
Sorry about that. I'll move forward.
Big head forward there, so people know how big it is compared to my tiny head.
Bigger me head up.
If you had your head biggened.
White goes a lot of different colours though, doesn't it? I've heard the word on the street. Like, it goes black, and mine's quite yellow, like all those dots there. But I suppose it's still lighter than my skin.
Yeah. I think white works the best when there's, like, more black next to it. Like, Craig Masson, I did a sleeve on him, and I had loads of people, like, asking, like, which white did you use for that? Because it's so white. And it's like, sometimes I've been asked that when I was doing, like, big black and grey sleeves with loads of black in, though. They're like, which white have you used on that? And it's like, there's no white in that, mate.
Right.
It's the contrast between where I've got the white and where, like, the shades are and stuff.
Bloody hell.
I tend to, like, I think white looks best when it's in the minimum amount of places. Like, say if you're doing portraits and stuff, it's quite tempting to put white in the hair, in the eye as the highlight, in the eye, white of the eye, in the teeth, in the tip of the nose, and all this kind of stuff. And the more of that stuff you put on it, the, like, less impact the white has, But people are like, oh yeah, white looks class. Let's put loads of it on. And it doesn't work like that. Like if you want the eyes to look shiny, only put the dot in the eyes and the eyes look shiny.
Yeah.
Like if you put white highlights on the nose, it looks like the skin's wet. And if you even look at the whites of the eyes on any human, they're not white. Like mine aren't white now when you look at them, are they? Yours are like blue. If I was to like paint that, I would mix up a grey with a little tint of blue.
Yours are like grey, a bit of red.
They're not just perfectly white.
No.
But compared to them, the highlight is white. But this is like a perception thing, I guess, and like a bit of a trained eye. Like if you could get a white van in the street and you were to paint a white van, like literally still, the only white would be like a highlight on the corner of it where the sun's hitting or whatever. The rest of the van would be like, say the top half of the van's probably going to be like blue or green where it's reflecting the sky or trees. And the bottom half of the van's going to be like grey where it's reflecting the road, or red if there's a red car over the road that it's reflecting and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not white. But a lot of people would get white and go paint the van white because the van's white. If you want the van to look white in real life, you get white paint and put it on a van. Then all the shapes are made. But in a painting or a tattoo or whatever, you've got to put all those shadows on because your page or your skin isn't like 3D in that way.
Stylized though, I guess it's even then, but it's easier.
What's that?
Like making something white, but like doing a stylized van in white. You wouldn't have to like paint it all blue and paint it with tones.
You
of
wouldn't
blue.
have to, but it would look better if you wanted to look like, if you want your white to matter, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you want your white to stand out, you can't do everything white, basically.
Yeah.
Like so, the minimum amount of white you can get away with, the better it looks.
I kind of had a discovery along those lines when I wanted to wear weird coloured lipsticks in college. I put black on and my teeth looked yellow, and I was like, oh.
Okay.
And it,
also, like goths do brush their teeth.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it's all down to the lipstick, is it?
I remember I put it on. I was like, oh yeah, black lipstick. I'm gonna look so cool. And I was like,
So
oh,
stop
God.
thinking no goths brush their teeth. Apparently they might. Allegedly, goths might brush their teeth. Hey goths, is any goths watching this, bro? Comment down below if you brush your teeth.
All our goth fans.
Can that be the title of the
Goths.
video? Do goths brush their teeth?
Yeah. We talk about
No.
this
Oh,
for fucking 30
by the way,
seconds.
sorry about me, like lame attempt at doing a what was it called? Clickbait title last time. I was all like, was this Russian artist band? And I put it in their gay Ukraine colours as well. We don't care about that at all.
We can't talk about this, mind.
I know we can't because we'll get f***ing banned.
Yep.
And if you think that blue and yellow there is anything to do with that, bro, it's more like that red and blue up there. Like, I'm joking, man. I don't care.
They've probably got an algorithm to detect the word Russia, and they'll have like a thing on the bottom. It's like, is this check now? Our fact checkers have checked this for disinformation.
Like, right, send it to the... He's got to go and check it to make sure they're not saying anything that's against the narrative. Hang on, he said narrative as well. It must be. He said narrative and Russia within like 30 seconds of each other.
Might as well
banned.
add a COVID and a 9/11 one in there as well.
COVID 9/11 Russian Ukraine. Obviously, all that's getting beeped, so
Yeah.
sweet. What you're going to have to do, right, if you want to know what we say, just come to the live shows.
That'd be weird. You could fit 3 people in here.
That would be very uncomfortable, wouldn't it? Like, we're just like... I'd just get them on. Right, Sarah Splash. Right, you're over for a holiday, are you? You've came here for holiday. You finally want to know what we say. What do you think we say? And she's going to be like... Russia, Ukraine...
Like, yeah, that's it,
Yes,
really.
perfect, yeah. You've
Our
watched
crack
it.
is just the same.
I think she'll know because we didn't censor anything on the Thandon podcast.
All right.
And we talked about all these subjects then as well. But that was before it was illegal to talk about them. Well, it wasn't. It was just
totally
about.
was.
And we didn't have enough viewers to like get cancelled. So did you notice me censoring on the picture though? Because I was quite proud of that censoring. My dad didn't even get it at first.
I know, I showed it to Jordan and he didn't get it. And like the clip ended and I was like, looking at him like, laugh. And he was just like, oh, it's like a cool tattoo. And I'm like, no, not the tattoo. Look at the censoring.
Look, we're artists, Jordan. Tee.
Shall we pick a topic then? Or
I don't know. Give us a look at it. I wish I had that sheet.
Which? It's nothing worth looking about on there.
What have we got here? We haven't had anyone send any critiques yet. Mark, send your critique, bro. You said you were going to, and you still haven't, bro.
Oh, like viewer critiques stuff.
Yeah.
Instead of just
solicited critiques. Send your solicited critiques
people and going like, this is shit, we hate it.
thanks@fanditon.com. And I'd be like, that's a pretty good tattoo. You could have made the lines a little bit thick around this part of the eye. Or whatever. I'll do it in English, though, not American. What was this art of in times of crisis, our job doesn't matter?
You said this, like, what do we have to offer to the world, really?
Well, honestly, you know what? I think what we have to offer to the world is that other part that person saying you need permission to talk about. I think that's mainly our thing, because the pictures are just like, whatever. Unless some, like, woman who may or may not be a Jew whinges about tattoos and we can mug her off by tattooing her on someone's arse. That's pretty good because it provides a little bit of the lols for people.
I know, but like, I mean, in times of crisis, it's like civilization collapse.
And it's like, yeah, quick, guys, I've got space on Thursday. People's like, oh shit, I can't afford to eat. Like, well, I'll discount the tattoo for you on Thursday if you want to come in for a half day.
I've got a half day if you want to trade some eggs.
Yeah, half day for only 6 eggs. It's normally 12.
People will be like, sweet. We'll go and loot Asda and bring them.
I've definitely tattooed for eggs. I swapped it. I sold a telly to Bygros for. You know what? He actually owes me some eggs still. Is it in my notes on here? Will it be in this?
Was it 900?
Yeah, I sold him a telly for 900 duck eggs. Specifically duck eggs because I can get chicken eggs easy. I've got chickens now. Well, we technically both have chickens. Can I search the things on here?
Yeah.
He currently owes me 565 because it was 553, but there was a problem with some of them, so like I had to add 12 back on. So yeah, Bygroves, you better give us these eggs. I'm gonna do that Stewie Griffin thing, like, where's my eggs, man? You got my fucking money? You got my eggs? Where's my eggs? Yeah, 565 eggs. He's done well, though, hasn't he, to be fair?
Yeah, he's done well, and you definitely don't need any more eggs.
So, yeah, well, I don't know, like...
There's a canny few in
there is,
the kitchen.
but I'm gonna hatch them. So, I've got some quail eggs in the incubator now. They've got about 7 days left before they're coming out. So, the next pod, you might be seeing me sitting with some little cute quails. And I've also just collected another batch. I've got about like 35 or 40 eggs in the van that are ready to go in the incubator from the chickens. So I've separated them. I've got now Longboy. He's in one hutch with only females now. And
do the viewers know who Longboy is?
This is me and Longboy sharing a baby bell. Come here. Do you want a bit of this baby bell? Do you want a bit of this? Like that? You get a bit there. So Longboy is now in with all his bitches, and in the other hutch thing, like run thing, I've got that white boy. I'll probably take some videos of this. He was like a free chicken. One day I was counting the chickens, and I found a chicken carcass. Like one of them had died. I think rats had got it because it's an allotment, and there's about infinity rats in the allotment. Just in all the allotments, it's like an actual, just, you know, it's definitely a thing. No matter what we try. But yeah, I was counting their chickens. We had 30 at the time. And I came in, I'm like, oh no, one of them's died. No way. DeAndre, where have you gone, bro? And then I counted 30 still, and I'm like, what the f? So I'm like, right, we've got that white one there. Oh, the black Silky's gone as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and there's no evidence of where that one was. But we've got a lid over the top now, so they can't jump out because they were jumping out, even though it's like 8 foot high. But anyway, yeah, we've got the white, new silky chicken was just there one day. And I'm like, all right, mate, where have you come from? Like, it's like a cockerel. But he's cool looking.
He's the one with like the fire in his eyes.
Yeah, he's got fire in his eyes. He's cool looking, but he's a bit of a dick. But I thought I'll breed off him with the white ones. But that white one that was nice, that white silky, she died as well. It's brutal, man. But that's just livestock, innit? But yeah, so I've got some eggs from White Boy, but there's a couple of other like of my cockerels that's in with them as well. So I don't know whose babies are they going to be.
Has Long Boy shagged anyone yet?
I don't know, because I think he's more into humans.
He's got a human fetish, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think I treat him too much like a baby. I think he's just like, he's not really into chickens. Oh, and I also took Leaf in there, because this guy was in the other day, he was on about like, farmers won't let you on their land unless the dogs have been like livestock broke, I think they call it.
Okay.
Basically, you need to have your dog okay around sheep and cows and chickens and that, so I thought I'd best start putting her back in the chickens. So I took her in there with me on the leader, and she was just sniffing them.
And were they okay with her? Or were
They were fine. They were like, hello, hello. They were all coming up to me because they wanted food.
All right.
But they were like sniffing. They were like, not sniffing because I don't know if chickens sniff, but like, they're like having a look at her and that, and they weren't arsed at all.
All right.
Long Boy feels some kind of way about it, but he's not going to do anything.
He's weird. I think he's like, is he psychologically broken now?
I think he might be. He's lovely though. He is weird though. I like him though.
I remember when you had him here, he was still like, he was walking towards us sideways, and like Nick was like,
I think it's like he's got his training and his upbringing, and then nature's like just in the background going like, we're supposed to do something now, and I don't know what it is. And he's like, is it sit on them and go to sleep? It's like, no, I think it's fight them or shag them. I'm not sure. It's like, do you want to fight or shag? And it's like, here's a baby bell. And he's like, sweet, yeah, I'm up for that. Like, and then he forgets. So I don't know. I've never seen him do it with them, but you know, we'll see. It will be meant to have some little like what? Because the other ones have got like little tufts and that on the head. Be some long tufty kids. Okay, what are we doing? What was that about? Oh, the egg debt. Yeah, so I definitely would swap eggs for tattoos. I would swap deer carcasses for tattoos. I'd swap meat for tattoos.
Would you swap allotments for tattoos?
I'd swap an allotment for a tattoo, definitely. Oh, that guy who was in the other day with that killer-looking dog. He's like, do you want to swap some dog training for tattoos? And I'm like, I think you might be overvaluing your dog training considering it's on YouTube for free, but I'd swap a dog for a tattoo, maybe. I don't want to, but I don't know about dog training.
Yeah. Because it has
Maybe
to be like equal worth, doesn't it?
Nah, I think that's the good thing about tattooing is like you can kind of blow out your side of the worth, because it's like it's worth this amount of money, but it's really you just have to sit and colour in for a day. So it's easy for you to like, it's not like you're using like 800 quid's worth of stock.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like say Nathan swapping carpets for tattoos. Like, he's legitimately using his stock that he's had to buy to then swap for a tattoo. So it's like he's not getting as good a deal as I am almost, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Because he's like he's giving me the supplies for his stock that he spent money on and knocking off his profit, kind of thing. So it's like it's fair for me to like give him more than it's worth to make it fair again, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it's like if he's going to like use, let's say that the deer rate's 500 quid. If he's going to give me 500 quid's worth of carpet that he's bought, like he might as well just give me cash.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like basically then I'm going to give him like 1,200 quid's worth of tattoos for the 500 quid's worth of like carpet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the good thing, because it's like you just have to colour in for a couple of days then or whatever. Although he never like lets me take the whole, like do the whole day for nothing for the swap. He always wants to give money as well.
Right.
So he tends to take 100 quid off like the deal and still give me the rest of the thing, which I definitely appreciate. But it's not like I would just be like, yeah, just I'll do it for nothing today, essentially.
I think people like feel bad, I imagine, for like...
I think it's because he's self-employed. He understands that like it's nice to have at least some money on the day as well. But I'm not bothered. Did we talk about this before? People taking payment and not tattooing you? We didn't.
I don't think so.
I know we've talked about it before because there's some people that do
I don't
it.
know if we've talked about it because we've talked about it like.
I know we've talked about it in the
podcast.
studio, but because it's happening more, more and more. Like that, like this is not exactly the same situation, but the guy I tattooed yesterday, he's paid for the tattoo in full, and then went to the studio and the guys cancelled on him on the day that he turned up. So then he's came here and been like, "Can you help us?" Because I'm like going away on for work, and I'm like, "Yeah, I can tattoo you today if you want." But it's like, I was more than the other artist. And he's like, well, I can go and get the money back off him then. And I was like, is he going to be happy to give you the money back, like, kind of thing? He's like, oh, you already offered. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair then. But there are some artists around here, and I'm sure everywhere in the country, honestly, where, like, they're taking money for the tattoo and then not booking the person in. Mm-hmm. Or, like, one of... should I bleep the names out? Should I just say the names and then bleep them out?
Is this someone Dan was talking about?
Or should I just say the names and not bleep them out? That lad that Dan knows, he will book people in for a discount, like knock a little bit off the day if you paid in full before the day. But then on the actual day, he's skint because he always spends his money on weed. And then someone else will want to come in that same day. So he'll cancel the person who's paid in full and take money off the person who's replaced them on the day. And it's like, sometimes he gets people going there angry. Mm-hmm. And I think he fully deserves that, honestly.
Yeah.
But there's that other guy whose brother may or may not be a heroin addict. He does the same thing. But he's legit had his like car and shop smashed up because of this. Really? But still does it. And I'm like, what? But whose fault is it, though? Like, it's definitely the artist's fault.
Is it because it's drugs, really?
I think they're just shit people, honestly. And I don't mean like crap at being people. I think they just their lives are a mess. Like I know I'm not saying mine's not, but like the priorities are fucked. I think. I don't know, because there might even be people who feel like I've screwed them over or something like that, but I'd like to make it right if there is anything that anyone that feels like that. But these people just seem to be like, don't they just like living on the edge or living in that moment or something like that?
It's probably exhilarating, just people over.
Is it?
Well, for some people, yeah.
I couldn't be arsed with it.
Because I guess it's like living close to danger.
Can we normalise...
We're not normalising anything.
This, 100% this. Can we normalise not taking full payment off your client and then not tattooing them? But then I've got like Louis, where it's like he's done that. And I really, really needed this at the time. Like he was like, oh, is there any chance we can make a full, like a payment? Like a price for the rest of this sleeve? And I'm like, I hate doing this because I always screw myself over because I don't want to screw them over. So... But it was like during the COVID thing when there was nothing. Yeah. And I'm like, if you pay it by Friday, mate, yeah. And he did. And what keeps happening is that same thing. But I'm actively trying my hardest not to. But somehow it's like he'll book in on the day. Like the last time it happened where he booked in on a Saturday. He booked in on the Saturday. And I think what's happened is, you know, you can organise on Google Calendar. You can organise your calendar to start on Monday. Like have Monday as the first day.
Right.
And then Sunday is the last day. And then sometimes it switches to Sunday as the first day. And Saturday is the last day. It's like when we've got this new computer there, like I've booked him in, assuming he's in the Saturday like he said, and he's actually been put in for the Friday. Mm-hmm. So on the Friday I'm sitting there like, where the f*** is Louis at? He normally turns up for all of his appointments. And then it's like... I'm like, hiya, mate. I hope everything's okay. You hope you're not in a coma or whatever. I didn't say that. I said, I hope everything's okay. Like, you were supposed to be in for today. He goes, no, I'm in for tomorrow. And I'm like, it says the 12th here I've got you booked in. He's like, no, it's the 13th I'm in for. I'm like, well, sorry, but Jason's been booked in that for months, like, kind of thing. So it's like, what? And he's like, he said, like, I bet you were like, he says, I'm just watching that podcast. I bet you thought I might have been in a coma. I'm like, honestly, I hoped you were.
You get a lot of tattooing done if they're in a coma, though.
Oh, yeah, you would, like. But yeah, Louis, I'm not trying to do this, bro.
It just seems to be like fate, doesn't it?
Just like, well, I've told him, right, don't be polite. Just tell me to put it in my diary and double check. Make me screenshot it and send it to you. And he has been. He has been pushing us a little bit, and it's fine. Push me. Especially if I've told you to, for sure.
So when's he booked in for then?
I'll have to check. I definitely have written it in the diary, though. Without the number, though. I've just put it in there, Louis. No further details, like a bell end.
Even though you were saying the other day, like, it needs to be...
We need to have a new rule where they have to have their number, the amount of deposit taken, like their contact details, their bank details, no. And then I just haven't done it. I'm not setting a good example, am I?
No. Is that it?
Caring too much? Yeah, probably. I was just reading these things. One says caring too much, don't care too much right at the end. Caring too much is a problem. I'm just going to quickly cover this one because I don't fucking care. That's why I'm able to do it. I keep thinking, am I looking at the camera or not? But I'm actually looking at me because there's a mirror right behind it. Hey, me, what's going on, bro? All right. He's copying off me exactly. I'm not blocking that guy in the mirror. Yeah, caring too much. This is a problem that I see people have in tattooing quite a lot and probably life in general, is they care too much and therefore they hold themselves back because they're scared to make mistakes. Whereas if you don't care too much, you can make mistakes and sometimes learn from them. Or take risks with the risk of a mistake and don't make a mistake and then you make a better thing and it's like sweet at the end.
Right. The Sean Connery moment, that, wasn't it?
Yes. So that's probs in it.
Yeah, well, I think caring too much, you could probably... It's another episode 1, I guess.
Hey, Carl, you better be subscribed, bro. If you're not, make a YouTube now and subscribe because we need that 100,000 subscribers. And I know you watch all the podcasts, bro. And come for more tattoos. Hi, Sarah Splash.
Hello.
Hello, Sophie's mum.
Hi, Mum.
Who else can we say hello to? Hello, Dad. He watches them. I think he's a bit behind, though. Who else can we say hello to? Hello, Diz Roulette. Who's our number 2 podcast listener now? Was it Diz Roulette? Or was it someone else? Or JJ, maybe watching them still. If you're watching it, JJ, say hello to us in the comments down below.
I think my mum might be up there.
Is your mum subscribed?
Yeah, I think she might be in the top 3. Like,
is she?
Biggest fans, yeah. And I'm going to post that.
Does that count?
What? If it's my mum? I suppose not, doesn't it? It doesn't really count, does it?
Your mum's like automatically a fan, innit?
Yeah. I think if I was like
Is your dad subscribed?
My dad doesn't have a YouTube.
Does he not want to support his daughter? Like
he's not extremely online like I am.
Get your mum to make your dad a YouTube and follow us. So we've got 140.
That's like a bot though.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. No bots, please. Put your bots away.
But yeah, and we're going to post that Diz Roulette. He wanted the purple stuff, didn't he?
And yeah, he did, yeah. And also, we are going to post Sarah Splash's package that I packed up from 2 years ago or whatever and hadn't sent. I thought I had sent that. And also, at some point, I'm going to send out Gemma's t-shirts. You
need to get them designed, like made, don't you?
Yeah. That's the annoying thing about that. Or maybe, should I just send it? No, I can't just send her one t-shirt. That's...
How many is it?
I owe her 2 t-shirts. Or 50 quid, but it's kind of lame to give. It's like if I give her 50 quid, I should give her the t-shirts still.
I think you should get the t-shirts made because then, like, you can sell them and that, can't you? Or do you not care? I
don't care. It's like I was into it for a bit, but then, like, this is one of them, and look at it. It's like it comes off after you wash it.
Is that not screen printed? Is that the sticker?
That's sticker? Sublimation print, I think.
I don't know.
Like, I thought the screen print, right, that's when they have a screen and they go on. That was a weird noise, wasn't it? But when I got them made as like a test, I didn't like them because they were a bit rough. But then I had these ones made and they looked mint compared to the screen print ones. But the screen print ones have been washed until the fabric fell apart and the print's still perfect. And these ones are like crap after like 3 washes.
And sometimes it bunches the whole thing up.
Yeah, these ones don't do that, but they're crap. It's hard to get good t-shirts, but like, yeah, I thought about just getting my own screen print and stuff at one point.
It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of room taken up.
You need like
Although I've got that upstairs room, I could do it up there.
Because you need what's it, like a purple room or whatever they're called, a black room. You know,
Yeah,
to cure the things.
UV thing.
Yeah,
it would be nice, but I don't know if I'd like get it and then get bored of making t-shirts. And also, I don't have the like amount of customers for it. It'd be sweet to have customers who like there was an actual demand for it. It's like I've made them a few times and like we sell a few, but like no, it's not like some mad rush for them. Like people aren't that arsed. So it's kind of like a bit mental to spend like 1,500 quid on like screen printing equipment or whatever to make like 20 quid back on t-shirts.
Well, would it be that much? Because it's all wood, like wood frames and wood.
Well, the one I seen was like it's like a carousel thing. So you could do like 5 colours or 3 colours or whatever like that.
God, right.
Because I like them like Sloth Boy t-shirts where it's like he's got 3 reds, then there's like 2 greys, then there's like, do you know what I mean? And I was trying to design things to be a little bit more like that. You can do like special things with like dots over it though.
Right.
To do blends to make second colours and stuff. But I would like multiple colours on them rather than just like white.
When I was thinking of it there in my head, it was me doing my own t-shirts for Bramble Hag that only has black, which would be super easy. You'd only need one.
Well, honestly,
frame.
we should just do that. We should start with just one simple things, or maybe 2. But then it's like if you wanted 2, you need them to register, like, because that was the point of like when you spin the thing round, everything clicks into place, so it can't be out of alignment.
Right.
Then the second screen is exactly on the top and fills in the gaps and stuff like that.
Is that Sloth Boy one?
This is like
That would only need 3. White,
that would be 4, even because there's like there would be white and then a light grey on there.
Really?
Yeah, there was like white with a grey shadow.
All right.
And then yellow and different yellow. So still, even to make this crap symbol t-shirt, it's still like 4. But it might look better just in white, like with that anyway. If you want some t-shirts, just say whatever you want. I don't care. Bye.
Bye.